some toys in here.
Hey, how's everybody doing today? It's the Man-Child. Alright, so today for review, gonna finally go over my Masters of the Universe Turtles of Grayskull RAPHAEL figure. It's part of the Wave or Series 2 of the Turtles of Grayskull line. So yeah, I was finally excited to get Raphael in hand because now he completes 3 out of the 4 brothers as far as the Turtles of Grayskull brothers in the line. So we have Leonardo out, Donatello, and of course now Raphael. Just waiting for Michelangelo. I think he's supposed to be in Wave 3 from what I heard, which probably we'll see him around spring. But yeah, it's interesting the design, or at least the armor parts they gave Raphael. So of course he comes with his iconic sai, but he only gave him one sai. And then he comes with this trident claw slash sai, like a wrist bracer kind of thing. Looks like it goes over, I guess the hand goes inside it. I don't know. Once we get him out of package, we'll take a look at it. And then they set him up with some Ram Man armor. So he has like Ram Man's main chest armor and then a helmet as well, which it's a neat idea, but I don't think it would fit another Origins figure if you wanted to because it's designed for the turtle head. Aside that, I think it's pretty cool. And here's a little closer look at the front of Raphael's card. So, like all the Turtles of Grayskull cards, again, it has the Turtles of Grayskull logo exploding outwards. You can see the rocks. Very similar to the MOTU Origins packaging, but color different. Has a Cosmos in the background. And Raphael's card has a vintage-inspired He-Man to the left side. You can see Leonardo to the right. And, of course, just has his name. And they call him the hard-headed size specialist. And dropping down, Raphael once again comes with this Master Universe crossover sticker with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that's on the front of the card. And spinning the packaging around, taking a quick look at the art on the back. Awesome art as always, like all the Origins and now Turtles of Grayskull packaging. So, of course, off to the right-hand side, we can see Snake Mountain. We have Raphael fighting what they're calling Slaker. Now, Slaker was just teased. They're at least showing full box images from all angles. And he's going to be a Target exclusive. The reason why I bring that up is because usually when they show full box images of a figure and announce that it's going to be exclusive, start checking your targets because he should start showing up within a week or two, maybe end of the month, depending on the location. And I'm excited to get this guy in hand. You know, I like the idea of the crossover. Once again, not only do I like to cross over the Turtles in the Origins line, but just a robotic turtle faker. I think it's pretty cool. And over here to the left-hand side, of course, we have Skeletor and Shredder. Watch these two fight, go head-to-head. And here's a closer look at Raphael's bio. You want to pause and read that. And then dropping down to the left-hand side just shows Raphael's action feature accessories. In this case, just that Ram Man helmet, which is removable. I thank God for that. And then moving over, here's a look with all 4 figures, part of the Series 2 of the Turtles of Grayskull line. Alright, so before we go over Raphael, of course, here's a look at the new comic. I already showed this in my Shredder review, so maybe you've seen it, maybe you didn't. If you're not familiar, though, so all Series 2 comes with a complete new comic, and this is what it looks like. It's called Belia the Beast Man. See all the different figures inspired for Series 1 and 2 line. So, of course, we have all the Turtles here. You can see the new Teela with the turtle armors. And Skeletor up here with the Shredder armor. So I can see these two definitely coming as variants to this Turtles line. And Merman as well with some different hands. So he'll probably be also another mutated figure. I'm going to open up the comic real quick. You can try to look, pause, maybe read it. Okay, we got He-Man going over here with Castle Grayskull. Just going to go over to the right-hand side real quick. So here's Mikey. You can see the He-Man here. There's a new Man-at-Arms part of Series 1. Raphael. Yeah, you can see everything going in the background. Take a look at everything. All right, there's that new Teela with the armor, which I think is pretty cool. Flip to the next page. There, Teela once again beating up Beastman. Over here. So you can see now, here's a Mouse Jaw, Skeletor. We have Beastman, Merman, and Faker. So again, I can see a Faker and a Merman, a mutated version, also coming to the line. There's the original Krang. All right, going over there. Skeletor. Going over here. Let's see. Flip to the next page. Okay, so down over here we have that new mutated He-Man, which I think was really cool. We have Bebop and Rocksteady, which, yeah, I can definitely see these two coming to the line. Here's Leather Neck. I think it's Leather Neck. Now, I heard rumors he was going to come as part of Series 3, like Mikey, from what I heard. And again, here's the second or third time they teased a Slime Pit with a Shredder head on it. So I can, if anything's going to sell Slime Pit, I can see it's this Turtles crossover. If they did put one in the line, I hope it comes with, it would be cool to come with the Shredder head and also the Skull head. But now we'll have to see. All right, some more images here. You can take a look at everything. Beastman. Do here again. Sorry I'm not reading it. I already read it earlier. I'm just trying to breeze through it. Now we got a big battle here, which is cool. So this is the new Moss Man. He's also going to be another exclusive. You can see in the background here, you can see all the turtles fighting their Slaker coming out of some type of arena. Here's the new Krang. He's also should be coming soon. He's a box set. Now, what's interesting, somebody pointed out in my Shredder review with Merman, I noticed he has a merman's tail or something, mermaid's tail. Check that out. Right? You go down over here, he does. So, yeah, definitely, and the hands like on front of the cover. So, yeah, we're definitely getting a merman with that variation as part of this Turtles crossover as a mutant. That would be cool. That's different. With the tail and hands, I'll go for that. All right, there's that. There's a teal again. There's that Skeletor with the head. It's kind of breezing through. See the battle. Yep, there's Merman again with that tail. And I wonder if that's going to be the Lady Slither tail they're going to use, part of the Snake Man or Woman line. I don't know. Be his own thing. Here's that Metal Botto. Now, a part already came with him with Mouse Jaw, and you're going to need 3 other parts to build him. So the 3 other parts is probably, well, it's going to come with Slaker because he comes with the other side I've seen. I can guarantee Krang, he's going to be a box set that's going to get the other part. And then the final part is probably going to be with the Beastman exclusive box set to build that figure. Here he is here, so it's kind of their version of Roboto. Here he is over there in the corner. I just noticed that now. He has a turtle, like a metal turtle shell on. Pretty neat. Alright, so trying to breeze through the comic. Alright, there's the end of it. And now, bringing in Raphael for a closer look at the head and head sculpt. So yeah, of course, we have that spare Ram Man helmet, as it said on the back of the card. That's where it came from. Cool design. I do like the idea that it comes off, but for the moment, we're going to leave it on. So as far as the articulation with this helmet on the head, so we can go look all the way left to right, go down about that far and back. This kind of slides all over the place. You got to catch this right. Now you can see it does have a space back here for the little trails as part of on his bandana. But as far, so let's take it off the head for a second. So yeah, again, I'm so excited that this is a removable piece for Raphael. So we have a plain turtle head where like Donatello wasn't, had a plug in the back from what I could see. Yeah, cool head design for Raphael. He's very bright green, so he's the green, you know, the brighter green of all turtles, which I think that's accurate going back to the Playmates line of certain turtles, which I didn't collect, but he was always the brightest one, what I've seen in images I remember. Yeah, cool bandana, again, just molded in that bright red color as Raphael always had, or how I always identify the turtles, between the bandanas and the day and the colors, skin color. I love the white eyes with all these turtles for the Origins line. It's that ghostly looking white, eyes recessed in there, the way they're painted, and have a little bit of like, almost look like pearls or something, the way they reflect in the light. Now Raphael doesn't have any grin or expression to where the other 2 turtles has teeth showing, so it's just kind of a neutral grin, we'll call it. With the helmet off now, as far as the articulation, we'll go all the way to the left, right. You can go down about that far and back. All right, spin the head around. So here's a better look at those little end pieces, part of bandana. Of course, they articulate, spin all around, and I think they're on a plug inside the head. And here's a little close look with that spare Ram Man helmet for Raphael off the head. So, yeah, pretty flexible plastic. Has like a red turtle shell ram on the top, the main armor. I like the overall color it's casted in, just that a metallic silverish color. It's not like a flat gray. Of course, you can see the cut in the back for the trails as bandana. And there's a couple spaces here for like the neck as they're trying to articulate left to right with that shoulder armor. So moving down to the chest bucket armor, I'm just going to leave the helmet off for Raphael for now. Yeah, that's a cool design for a spare Ram Man armor. Now, the armor is different than the first release of Origins Ram Man, which I'll bring in compare a little while, and the mutated Ram Man, which I do have in card. I didn't get to him yet, but it is a different setup. Yeah, but cool design. Again, molded in that metallic silver color, matched the lower part of his helmet. Got some extra like turtle shell protector pieces in there over the main pecs. You got a pair of cross straps going down. Almost looks like they attach to the belt, but they don't. See that? Just kind of their own pieces. Well, I guess they're tapered and cut, so I guess the armor is like a football helmet or a football player's armor that just sits on top of the shoulder, something like that. So as far as the articulation now, so we know he could just spin at the waist. Not much you're going to do with that armor. Now, he does have, okay, here's another, like a turtle shell. You get one of these. I just seen that now. Shoulder armor on the left side. And if you got 2 Raphaels, you could probably, put this on the right as well. As far as the arm articulation with this armor on, so let's see, we can go all the way up, down, You can only go about that far forward because it gets hindered, hits this and back, same thing. You can bend up at the elbow to the face about that far, straighten the arm out. The other arm's all the same. It's even more hindered because of this extra turtle shell armor, which will take off in a little bit. Raphael comes with two semi-closed hands, or weapon gripping hands, like to call them. They're the exact same hands as the other two turtles come with, as far as the poses. He comes with two identical wrist bracers, like all the other turtles comes with. It's all part of sculpt, but these are painted red to match his bandana. And as far as the wrist, they can spin and they go in and out of hinge joints on both sides. And then going back to this extra turtle shell piece armor that goes on the shoulder, on the left shoulder, just pulls right off like that, which slide down over the arm. And here's a closer look at that piece off the main arm, just real soft rubber. And now, of course, going back to Raphael once again with that piece off this left shoulder, you have a lot better articulation without it. So getting back to the armor, we know it's flexible and these cross straps don't connect anything. So spinning Raphael around, so he comes with his typical turtle shell that the other two turtles has. It's the same exact shell as far as color design and this weapon holder on the back. And it looks like it's just going to unplug from the armor like that. And if you're not familiar, here's a closer look at the shell. As I said, the other two turtles comes with, so you know the weapons. One of the weapons are going here to side in this case, which we'll do in a little while. And it also acts as a shield as well. You can see the handle here. And now, once again, taking a little closer look at the back of the armor with the shell off. So, obviously, we can see where the two plug ends are. And there's nothing holding in the back. So, you can see the overall design, all the rivets in the back and stuff. Now, to remove this armor off the body with the shell off, you don't have to take it off. I'm going to keep it off. Looks like we're just going to take the head off for a second. Let's see how the head comes off the ball peg. Very easy. And then it looks like the whole piece of armor is going to just pull right up. And now, here's a little closer look with that armor off the body. So pretty cool. It's yeah, it's not a soft plastic. It's a pretty hard design. It is flexible though. And now putting the head back on Raphael. Here's another look once again. So we of course remove the shoulder armor. He doesn't have the helmet or that extra shell piece on. So just breaking him down to a basic turtle. And if you're not familiar with these turtles, taking a little closer look at the back of Raphael's shell, it's sculpted on once the armor's off. So yeah, they all come with this. Yeah, it looks like a little shell. It's okay, does the job. Now it would be cool if there was a way to attach this. I guess to do that, I would have to have a couple plug holes. That would make sense. So you could do that, or just use some double stick tape or putty. Excuse me, should go like this, or putty or something like that. Double stick tape would be better. If you didn't want to use that armor, you want to temporarily put the shell on. It would be easy to take off. Use some rubbing alcohol and clean the tape ends off if you didn't want it. So it looks something like that. But yeah, I wish they had a better way of attaching these without the armor. If you didn't want to use the armor. So moving back down to the waist and finishing up the articulation, so we know Raphael can spin at the waist, can par at the waist. He does have this extra armor belt piece on, which we'll take off soon. I'm just going to leave it on to finish the articulation up. So you can go all the way out with a split, do some high kicks you wanted to. Kick forward only about that far. I can go back. My figure's really stiff. How about this leg? Yeah, you got to work the joints out, but it's only going to go so far. Can bend at the knee, can spin at the knee. Same thing on this leg. Okay. He comes with these like sort of ankle or half shin guard or half boots. Of course, don't cover the feet, and you can spin at those. If you want to remove these and put full boots on, you can. And then he comes with his two typical turtle feet, like the other turtles, and they can go down and up on that joint, and then spin rock side to side. And then moving back up to the waist, so we know he comes apart at the waist, and this is how this belt will remove. And now there's a close look at that belt, sash, or guard that Raphael wears off the waist. Pretty cool design. So it's just two parts. I mean, it's all one sculpt. It's all red around. There's a little turtle symbol in there, and then these brown pieces that are flexible. And now here's a final look at Raphael all broken down with all the parts he comes with. It's part of the Turtles Origins line crossover. So it looks pretty cool. And now moving on to Raphael's accessories. So of course he comes with his iconic side blade. Now, this doesn't have like a round poking end. It's more shaped like a sword or flat blade. Pretty cool piece. And of course you only get one. So you'd have to buy two Raphael figures when they become available. You'll get two side, going back to the original Ninja Turtle concept. And then for his final accessory, so he gets this other punching fist, trident, claw slash sai piece that would kind of replace the second or duplicate sai piece. Pretty interesting because it almost looks like a punching fist. So this goes over the right hand. It's intended for the right side. And you can see it has the three turtle fingers like it was a glove. So something going back to Fisto, curled inwards. So you can see the thumb up top. So again, this is intended to go on the right hand. It can fit the left, but if you put it on the left, it's going to be upside down. The thumb will be upside down. So whether you care for that or not, if you were to buy two Raphael figures and want to equip 2 of these, that's kind of what you would get. Aside that, it's a really cool accessory. The details, the overall blade. Now, I thought maybe this can come off. You could just use it as a punching fist. You don't want to use this blade or modify it or something, but it looks like it's all part of the sculpt, or maybe plug and glued. I don't want to say. It looks like it's all part of the sculpt. All right, so getting back to Raphael, all done up again with his armor, helmet, and all the original pieces. Let's put the Psi punching glove on the right side again, because how the thumb is positioned. And that's what it shows on the art. It looks like it's just going to push over, I want to say the hand, and it's up his... Okay, let me see. Yeah, so to match the glove. So you're just going to push right in the glove like this. And now here's a look with that side glove on Raphael's right arm. And yeah, so once it's on the fist, you can, yeah, still spin it. Of course, you have full articulation. And again, if you wanted to, you could just pull it off that side and just put it on the left hand again. If you don't mind the thumb being upside down, or if you were to get 2 of these, you just want to switch it up, it will still work. You push this hand, do it like that. And then that side glove would look like that on the left side. So yeah, again, you have to spin the hand upside down opposite of his thumb to make it work. And I just took the helmet off for something different with that setup. And now here's a final look at that setup. So yeah, we have Raphael done up. We have his chest armor on, of course, the helmet, his iconic Psi in the left hand, that glove slash Psi weapon in the right, because that's where it's designed to go. And I did put that other shoulder turtle shell armor you can see, just put on the right side for something different. Check that out. Yeah, it's an awesome setup for Raphael and the Turtles of Grayskull line. All right, and then the last thing I wanted to do, which I forgot, so I'm going to take this glove off this hand, remove this side from the left side, take this helmet off because it just falls off. Remove the shield again, or the turtle shell shield, right? And we'll put that in the left hand. Then I'll put the side back in the right hand. And now here's another look with that setup. So yeah, of course we have the side in the right hand, shield in the left. You didn't want to use this. Or you could put this on this side, put the shield in the left hand, and just put the helmet back on. And once again, if you got 2 Raphaels down the road, you can display them with 2 side, which I think that's what I want to do once these become more available. And then the last thing, of course, putting the shell shield back on the armor once again. You can see just at the side, a little space for the weapon or side. That fits in there perfect. And again, I'm wondering if you got 2 of these, it looks like there would be just enough room to crisscross them. You can see that from what I see with the side, with the flat blade. So you can have them on the back and this claw on the other hand. Or if you get 2 Raphaels, 2 side in the back, and 2 claws on each hand, like I said, showed you, turn this fist upside down, or however you want to arrange them. And now, moving forward with some comparisons. So, of course, we have our new Raphael against the Origins first release, or only release, Ram Man. So I just wanted to bring him in for a second just to show you that this Ram Man style armor, spare armor, going back to the back of the card, mentions it came from Ram Man, has nothing to do with this Ram. It's totally different. This Ram Man kind of was his own aesthetics and sculpt going on there. The armor was all plugged in. He has 2 different heads. I put the one with the shield of face, if you're familiar or not. Yeah, you can't even change heads or these armor pieces around, but just for reference, I want to bring those 2 in to show you the complete 2 different armor and sculpts. So for another quick comparison, I wanted to bring in a new Ram Man mutated battering ram figure, which looks really cool. Now, of course, I didn't review him yet. He's going to be next. But for a quick comparison in package, you can see that he also has a whole different unique setup for like a Ram Man armor and helmet that's different from Raphael. So, of course, for the next comparison, we have to bring in all the turtles that are available now as part of this Turtles of Grayskull line. So, of course, we have Donatello, Leonardo, and now Raphael looking good. Just need Mikey. I hope he comes out soon because I have to complete all 4 of these brothers now. And for the next comparison, of course, I had to bring Shredder in against the 3 turtle brothers. Again, we're just missing Mikey. That would be cool, but aside that, so all 4 of those together, they look really cool. And then the last thing I wanted to try is mixing and matching of parts, Raphael to couple other Origins figures, so it's also a quick comparison with a Raphael against the typical Origins He-Man and the 2000X style Man-at-Arms, just something different instead of the other Turtle Man-at-Arms, which I reviewed and already compared them in other videos. But now Raphael, obviously, well, the headgear is really different. So just for example, trying to put something like that on He-Man, yeah, a typical head like that, it's not going to work. Sloppy, let's put putty or something. Even then, it looks kind of goofy. It's a really wide piece, so moving He-Man out of the way, Raphael for a second, I thought maybe Man-at-Arms with the helmet, you want which is pretty cool because he has a silver armor and this almost matches that color. So with his helmet on, I wonder if this would go over the head. Yeah, sort of. I mean, yeah, you could make it work. You can still see the helmet. If that's the only figure that's really going to fit this piece aside a turtle head for what it was designed for. So now the other thing I wanted to try is obviously taking off Raphael's main armor and throwing it on He-Man. So he's fun to make a He-Man or Skeletor variant. It does work, but again, the armor, because of Raphael's just overall buck design, yeah, it's really made for this armor. Same thing with the helmet. We already tried out. Looks goofy. Ain't gonna work. Now it does work on his He-Man. The belt's not an issue. We just snap the waist in half. Even the side piece, this glove does not work in the hand right. It's meant for the turtle fingers. Again, you could put putty or tape, reinforce it, and then you can get it to work. But for the most part, you see that it's yeah, it'll just keep falling off. But I just wanted to try that out, see what that armor looks like on a regular Origins figure, like He-Man. And now moving back to Raphael for a second. So for fun, I just obviously have all his armored off, put him back together. I want to see if He-Man's cross armor would fit, and it doesn't. Yeah, so their buck is a little bit bigger than a typical Origins buck. So all right, if we break this in half, yeah, it doesn't work. I have to pop the head off for a second and compare these two. Yeah, that's the overall difference. I mean, obviously they have more of that design going back to the Turtles, but it is a little bit larger. It might even be just a shell sculpt on the back. So yeah, the He-Man armor doesn't work on this on the Turtles. So the last thing I want to try while I have Shredder out is some additional Shredder parts on Raphael, because that overall bulky silver armor. So I tried one of the shoulder guards on. Obviously I had to remove Raphael's hand. If you're not familiar, just typical Origins peg. Yeah, that shoulder piece isn't going to work like this red one would, just because of the spikes. It really hinders the articulation. So I'm going to take that off. So I put the shin guards on, which look really cool in Raphael, meaning it doesn't have any boots, so they just clip right on. And then with the hand off, I'm just going to throw one of these bracers on this left side. I'm going to put the hand back in. And then, of course, jumping over to the right side, I already removed the hand, as you can see. I'm going to put this wrist gauntlet on that side. Put the hand back in. And now, there's a quick look at that setup. So yeah, we just took Raphael up to the next level with his armor, helmet, by just using Shredder's, the shin guards and those wrist or those gauntlets, of course, on the side and the left hand. And you can still use the glove on the right. It doesn't fit perfect because of these blades, but you can kind of make it work a little bit. You can't get the hand all the way in there. And then when you do that, you do bend the blades, so it's kind of iffy. Again, it would be better with two sai in each hand. Side that, yeah, it looks pretty cool. Okay, so that's my overall review on the new Master Universe Turtles of Grayskull Raphael figure. I think it came out awesome. I really like the design. That armor's cool, the way it just slips over the body. I even like that helmet. But the issue is I showed that you can't really do much with these parts. I mean, you can put the armor on other Origins bucks, but it is loose and sloppy, and the belt too is fine. So if you want to do that, it works, but it's just better on the Turtles' overall body aesthetics. Same thing with the helmet. You can't do much with that. It's designed specifically for the Turtle's head. Yeah, the side piece looks really cool. Again, I wish he would have came with another one, just in case, for especially you Turtles collectors that are always used to Raphael having two sai. Even myself growing up with the brand, but it's not the worst thing. They're going to make you buy two to get another sai if you want to do that. That glove is a really cool idea. I like that. It's like a punching fist, and it has a giant sai blade on the other end. Yeah, it would be better if you can... Well, it's not the end of the world. It does work on the other hand. You got to turn upside down. It's just the way it's formed. Hey, going back to something like Fisto, so yeah, it's okay. I don't mind it. Yeah, the turtle shell, once again, I wish there was a better way without the armor to put it on the back of the body. But as I already mentioned, you can use double stick tape. There's ways to do that. Beside that, it has colors, the overall articulation. And I guess the biggest part is that the helmet is removable when you have a regular turtle head. That's the iconic Raphael, character. That I'm super happy with that. I really like this line, what they're doing with it so far. So I appreciate all you guys watching. And until next time, take care.